So for today's unemployed slop, we're gonna be talking about a TikToker by the name of hubslife, who basically has embodied the 9-to-5 spirit, making his content revolve around how 9-to-5s aren't bad and aren't something that should be shamed, which I totally agree with. I even worked a 9-to-5 for half a year during my senior year, and it's important that we normalize being humble enough to put ourselves in that position to work and experience that, especially when the current climate has forced us to see various influencers and people living extravagant lives. It's caused a lot of people to feel inadequate and develop complexes about their own lives and their progress. I just realized I started rambling, but back to hubslife. The thing with this guy is that he essentially alienated his own fan base. He pushed the 9-to-5 agenda, then quit his job the moment he could. Today, I want to yap about some unemployment slot for a few quick dollars. Nah, I'm just playing. Well, kind of. Okay, but you guys support me, so thank you. I love you all. I'm done rambling. Y'all know I'm the hood Socrates, and let's actually start. So he's a TikToker, like I said, and he goes by the name of hubslife. And originally, his content centered around working his 9-to-5 and normalizing it. And the content isn't bad at all. I see the appeal. It's reassurance that a mundane life isn't bad, because it isn't. And like I said, with the age of social media, we're exposed to all these successful people. So much so, the mundane life starts to feel like the unconventional. Before social media, the 9-to-5 was the norm. Now, before I continue, I need to let y'all know, I do think 9-to-5s need to change. The work week needs to be reduced. It has its problems. But that aside, there is nothing wrong with living a quiet, peaceful life financed by a 9-to-5. Not everyone is meant to be an influencer. Some people have passions that align with the conventional avenues for life, and that's okay. So content like this comes across as just reassurance that it's okay to live a slower life, and it's okay to not be living so lavishly like these influencers we are constantly exposed to. But if you go to the beginning of his TikTok, he really leveraged that relatability when growing his audience, which understandable. We also live in an era of gimmicks and content that at times feel soulless, whether that be due to the fact it's content that's been streamlined and optimized for the max stats, or the fact that the people we are watching no longer live the same reality as us by virtue of their wealth. What I do know is that people want to see relatable content, so when he quit the 9-to-5, it changed everything. So after this, hubslife started living an influencer lifestyle. You got this dude doing the Ashton Hall Saratoga ice face dumping, and then on his older videos, his comments are disabled for obvious reasons. People felt like he was alienating his fans and they flooded his comments. He preached about how it was fine to work a 9-to-5, and then when given the opportunity, he left. Now I do understand people's gripes with them and feeling like they've been duped, because prime example, this nigga was teasing a Netflix show.
You good to go?
Yep, I'm ready.
So So when you see things from him about how it's okay to live the mundane, and then we see how he spent all his time creating content about how you can still be happy to not live grandeur, and now all of a sudden he's teasing Netflix on us. If you translate that from white people language, he essentially just hit a money spread on the camera. Nigga deadass flexed so hard and he expected his audience to not feel no way, and then I just kept scrolling and I stumbled on another video where he just has all these Saratoga water bottles in it. You see him meal prepping, but it's given rich suburban family meal prep, and just in general it's vastly different from the content he was making when he was first blowing up. I understand why people are frustrated, and I understand why he had to remove the comments. People were feeling like he was selling them a lie to go up, but two things can be true at once. That's just a matter of perspective. I don't think how he's living now diminishes the message he had when he initially started his TikTok. I believe that when he started, it was really just some motivational shit, trying to spread the word about appreciating the small things in life, such as the 9 to 5. Hang in there. No matter where life takes us, it's important to stay strong and keep showing up. Don't worry about yesterday. Don't worry about tomorrow. Focus on today and what you can control. You feel me? That's just purely motivation. So regardless of him making it and changing his lifestyle, it's still the same message. And he also confirms he never even seen himself doing this, or at least that's how I interpreted what I'm about to read next. Grateful to be in this position at 30. I've had a passion for videography since I was a kid. I never saw it as a full-time career until this platform, and you guys made it possible. I love the 9 to 5 and the life it allowed me to live. It provided me a foundation to be successful. Now I'm on to a new 9 to 5, building my business and pursuing my passion one day at a time. These are from his TikTok bios under the videos, and once again, I truly do understand the feeling of betrayal and being duped. But to me, he just seems like a kid trying to live out his dream that was made available to him via TikTok. Well, he was living his dream until the TikTok live incident happened.
You gotta send a galaxy, bro. I gotta get a galaxy, guys. If I send me something, man. Time making a living. I don't know if I saw a galaxy come through, man. I can't answer any of these. You gotta send me a galaxy, bro. Sam, thank you for the first gift. Roses on deck. I don't know. I think roses are like not a galaxy. I want to answer all these questions, but I really can't right now. Sam, where's the galaxy, bro? I'll answer like 10 questions if you send a galaxy. You gotta send me a galaxy or something. This is a lot more lucrative, and I get to work from anywhere in the world. Make money from my telephone. Do we have any investments other than 401k? You gotta send me a galaxy and I'll answer that. That's the internet for you, dude. No one wants to see you doing better than them, right? I'm just a regular chill dude.
Truly a fate worse than death. Having a messy beard, begging on TikTok lives like you're in the streets of LA. So the theory is that ever since he left his job, his views have been down. So he's doing a begging gimmick because he might not be making enough money from his TikToks. Which is true, because outside of a few outliers, he's really only getting a few 100,000 views. Which, if my pocket watching level is high enough, that tells me that he's not getting much of a bag. And if you're tapped in, you know how TikTokers always transition to a different platform, because platforms like YouTube and Twitch pay significantly more, and if they can mimic the views they get on TikTok on those platforms, they'll make some serious cheddar. Sadly for him, he made it clear he was not making any serious cheddar.
Zach, I'm not begging for money, bro, but this is how I earn my living, so any little bit helps, man. I gotta get a galaxy, guys, if you want me to answer the tough questions. I know that sounds like greedy and stuff, but again, this is how I'm making my living now, guys.
Dude is dead ass making information about his situation an incentive to donate. Ain't that fucking crazy? But I'm not surprised. He alienated his core fan base. He boxed himself in terms of content, and it didn't allow him to grow. It's unfortunate because it's not like he attempted to betray or dupe anyone. A nigga just leveled up, but that's the nature of the internet and a TikTok audience. In general though, I do feel bad. I hope it's cap. I mean, I did see a Reddit post theorizing it is, but you never know. He was right. Working 9 to 5 ain't bad. However, if you can move into a more comfortable way of living, or you can pursue something that gives you more freedom than 9 to 5, my nigga, just take it. That's all he did, but unfortunately, nobody was gonna see it from that perspective. That's all I had to say though. Subscribe for more unsolicited opinions. Like the video if you love DH. He a little woke, but I think he cool. Go stream Don't Tap the Glass. It's a great album. Shout out Tyler. I love him. He really made a fun album to dance and get geeked to. I'm out though. Y'all be easy. Bye bye.